Forest Hill Port Elizabeth's drug dealers and the KFC cops. Nate and Joe's fame as the Forest Hill Port Elizabeth's most unlikely detectives grew, but not for their crime-solving abilities. Instead, they became notorious for their laziness and appetite for fast food. Their days revolved around couch surfing, crime show marathons, and figuring out where their next 2-liter bottle of Coke and family-sized bucket of KFC would come from. But soon, they found themselves in deeper waters when they stumbled into the town's underground drug scene, completely by accident. It started one evening when they were sitting on their usual park bench, sharing a half-empty bottle of Coke, wondering where their next meal would come from. A shady-looking guy approached them, glancing around nervously before muttering under his breath, "You boys interested in making some easy cash?" Joe raised an eyebrow. "Easy cash? What's the catch?" The man leaned in closer, pulling out a small, inconspicuous bag from his jacket. Inside was a powdery substance. "I need this delivered. Safe and quick. There's a lot of heat in town right now, but I heard you guys keep things low profile." Nate blinked. Is that?" "Don't worry about it," the man interrupted. "You'll get 100 Rand now, and another 100 Rand when it's done." He paused for effect. "I'll throw in a bucket of KFC. Family-sized. No questions asked." Joe's eyes lit up. "Did you say family-sized?" Nate, torn between his conscience and his growling stomach, finally shrugged. "Well, we could use the money and the chicken." And just like that, they found themselves knee-deep in the town's seedy underworld of drug deals. At first, it was simple, making deliveries for whoever paid the most, accepting bribes in the form of greasy fast food and cash. Nate and Joe didn't care what was in the little bags they were handing off, so long as they were compensated with meals and enough cash for their soda supply. But their naivety led them further down the rabbit hole. One day, a rival dealer approached them, offering double what they were being paid if they switched sides. Joe, with dollar signs practically in his eyes, didn't hesitate. "Double? That's a lot of KFC, man." Nate, already imagining the taste of extra crispy chicken, nodded. "And Coke too." The rival grinned. "2 bottles on me." That was all it took. Without a second thought, they began working for both sides, playing them against each other, negotiating better bribes with each deal. It didn't matter that they had no idea who the real players were or how deep they'd gotten themselves into the game. For Nate and Joe, it was all about keeping their fridge stocked with fast food and their wallets filled with enough cash to keep the Coke flowing. Things escalated quickly. As the town's drug scene grew more dangerous, so did Nate and Joe's involvement. But instead of getting scared or backing out, they just upped the ante, accepting larger bribes and demanding entire meals instead of just side dishes. Soon, they were living the high life, never having to pay for a meal again, with burgers, wings, pizza, and soda all funded by their dealings. They became infamous in the drug trade, not as ruthless players, but as the 2 laziest guys who somehow managed to avoid getting caught. Their secret? They always flew under the radar, acting clueless and disinterested in the actual deals. If anyone ever pressed them for details, Nate would just shrug and say, "I'm just here for the chicken." Of course, the cops were eventually tipped off, but Nate and Joe, in their infinite laziness, managed to charm their way out of every tight spot. They'd claim innocence, playing the role of 2 bumbling fools who had no idea what they were mixed up in. "We didn't know, officer," Joe would say with wide, innocent eyes. "We thought we were delivering flour, for baking. And they said there'd be free KFC." Nate added helpfully. Strangely enough, it worked every time. No one could quite believe these 2 could be involved in anything serious, and they'd get off with a warning. In the end, Nate and Joe never truly cared about the drugs they were moving. For them, it was always about the food. As long as they got their bribes, whether it was cash, Coke, or a family-sized bucket of fried chicken, they were more than happy to keep up their clueless charade. And so, in their little corner of the world, Nate and Joe became legendary. Not as detectives or criminals, but as 2 guys whose only crime was figuring out how to get their next meal through sheer laziness and a well-placed bribe. Polyspeaks for You incorporates voice control features that allow users to perform essential actions like opening, saving, and creating new documents, as well as interacting with font and document editing dialogues. This is particularly helpful for individuals with disabilities, enabling hands-free operation and more accessible content management. Below are some of the voice control functionalities designed for ease of use. 1. Voice-commanded document handling. A open document. Users can say commands like open document, followed by the file name or location, and Polly will open the document for them. Save document. Commands like save document as or save allow the user to save their work without needing to manually click on buttons. Polly can also handle saving with specific file names or locations as dictated. A new document. A simple voice command such as create new document or start new file will initiate a fresh document in the app. A closed document. Commands like close document or exit can be used to close the current document. 2. Font dialog voice controls. Font style. Users can control font settings by saying change font to Arial or set font at Times New Roman. This would change the selected text's font style. A font size. Commands like increase font size or decrease font size adjust the text size according to user preferences. A font color. Users can use commands such as set font color to red or change font to blue to personalize the text color. 3. Voice-commanded document editing. A text formatting. Commands like bold text, italicized text, underline text, or strikeout text allow users to edit their document easily. For example, saying bold this text will apply bold formatting to the selected text. Alignment. Users can command alignment changes by saying align left, align center, or align right. A text insertion. A user can say insert text, and the software will insert the given text at the current cursor position. A text navigation. Commands such as go to the top, scroll down, or move to the next paragraph enable users to navigate the document without the need for a mouse or keyboard. 4. Voice-activated help and assistance. Help commands. Users can ask questions like, "What can I do?" or "Help me with saving" to receive guidance on specific tasks. Polly can offer step-by-step instructions based on voice queries. A undo/redo. Voice commands such as undo or redo let users correct mistakes or revert to previous actions in their document. 5. Advanced features for accessibility. Speech recognition training. For improved accuracy, Polly can guide users through the Windows speech recognition training process, adapting to their voice patterns and improving dictation accuracy. A text-to-speech for editing. Users can have text read aloud to them while editing, making it easier to spot errors and refine their documents. These voice-controlled features make Polly Speaks for You an accessible tool for individuals with disabilities, particularly those with visual impairments, mobility issues, or other conditions that limit their ability to use traditional input devices. The hands-free operation helps users maintain independence and improve their document management and editing experience. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons to stay updated with more content. The creator of Polly Speaks for You has always been driven by a passion for giving a voice to those who need it most. Whether it's through text-to-speech technology or voice recognition, the goal has always been to create tools that help individuals, especially those with disabilities or learning challenges, communicate and interact with the world in a way that is meaningful and empowering. The stories shared, such as those about the sailors aboard the HMS Victory, are not just about reliving history, they are about the power of voice. Through Polly Speaks for You, the creator saw an opportunity to use storytelling as a medium to convey courage, strength, and resilience, much like the sailors of the past. These stories are intended to inspire and engage users, reminding them of the importance of their voices, both literally and metaphorically. The idea behind these stories is to showcase how technology, particularly speech technology, can be a tool for preserving history, while also empowering users with the capability to share their own narratives. By blending history with technology, the creator of Polly Speaks for You aims to demonstrate how powerful a voice can be in shaping and sharing our world, past and present. In a sense, these stories represent more than just entertainment. They are a way for the creator to give a voice to history, to connect with users in a deeply human way, and to remind them that their voices matter, whether they are telling their own stories or those of others. The creator's work in developing Poly Speaks for You was never just about making a functional tool. It was about making sure that every voice had the power to be heard. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons to stay updated with more content. This content has been adapted from the powerful features of Poly Speaks for You, South Africa's leading accessibility software. Learn more at www.polyspeaksforyou.co.za. We invite you to support this meaningful dyslexic initiative, crafted and developed by an individual who personally understands the challenges of dyslexia.